Well, thanks for tuning in and welcome back. I know I promised in the last video that I was going to do a start-up one. You know, get the carb on and try and see if this thing starts up and hear what it sounds like. And that is coming. But I need to order up a couple of different jet sizes just to put in the carb. I'm going to clean the carb through again because it's been sort of sat on the shelf up there. And I've been spray painting and stuff, so there's going to be all this dust and crap all over it anyway, so it needs a good clean out. But so that is coming, but I'm just waiting for bits. So in between then, I think we're going to just finish off the chain guard. That is, it's one of those things that kind of sort of needs to be on the bike. You know, the bike will look, you know, it has a much better stripped down look when you haven't got mirrors and chain guards and the little things, but in the real world everyday riding it's not the most practical thing. So we're gonna get the chain guard done, because I didn't just want to present the bike when it's finished and here's the stock chain guard and, you know, bolt it on if you need to for an MOT. You know, I want to make that look a bit personal as well. And yeah, who knows, if I like it, it might be a permanent feature of the bike rather than just an add-on as and when. But yeah, I waffle on. So I've already cut it down a bit, as you know, and then I kind of left it at that. I've filled in the holes. I think I showed that with the soldering iron and the cut off plastic from here, ready to re-drill for new rivets. That's roughly the shape, roughly. There's a couple of bits I'm not overly happy with. I'm not sure about this bit here. I'm not 100% sure about the end there. It's kind of a work in progress really at the moment, but what I kind of want to focus on, which will dictate the rest of the shape, is what I'm doing with here. And I think it's going to be holes, you know, because they're kind of easy to do, and you can kind of get rid of a lot of bulk with some nice decorative holes. They kind of look funky and it's going to mimic what's on the sprocket cover already. So I've just got to figure out what the pattern is, and you know, I could do a series of holes. I'm quite keen on sketching out the sprocket cover holes, the pattern I've got and the size, and echoing along here. I might do that in a combination of a few. So it's kind of like, I'm not really sure yet. I'm really just winging it at the moment. Going to see what looks right on here. I'm in two minds at the moment. You might be able to just see on the back side. I've sketched around where the metal plate goes, there and there, to mount it on. And yeah, I could drill. It's only thin metal. It's nothing, you know, too worrying about that. I could drill through it if the pattern so dictates. Be a bit more of a pain in the backside. I don't know if I want to see the holes through that yet. So what I mean is I'm kind of focusing on the area between the fingers there as the decorative point, and possibly here, and just that. Because at the end of the day, there's kind of like what used to be the pillion hanger across there anyway. So I don't know. See, I'm waffling and rambling. I've got absolutely no idea what we're going to do. So it's just a case of having a sketch around and seeing what works. So right, so I've been sketching around, and I'm thinking at the moment, ignore that one and that one, but following the lines off the sprocket cover along this midsection, I might do 1, 2, 3, gradually getting smaller holes at the end, and then a line of holes along the top. It's kind of what I'm thinking. Let's have a look up against the bike. Yeah, don't mind that too much. I'm not sure about the 3 holes at the far end now. I'm wondering if I need to just continue the pattern of the 3 of the spokes, of the sprocket rather. As it's just soft plastic, I'll just use the bradawl to make my little punch marks.
That's our first lot of holes drilled through. Got slightly pissed off. The drill just caught on that one, and because this is just plastic, it just kind of it's egg shaped, that hole. So I'm a little bit nagged. I don't know. I might even fill that and do it again, but I'll take this off and have a look and see if that's going to irritate me too much. But yeah. Well, there we go. Far from perfect. You can really see that hole that messed up there, but I think a coat of the old plastic bumper black all over that now, and draw it on. Possibly I should try and do something with this end. I don't know. I could maybe cut the bracket a little bit more just to make it smaller. I don't really like this at all, but there we go. Okay then, I've just stepped back, had another look, and decided the chain guard looks shit. I hate it. It's crap work by me. Absolute abortion. So I'm not going to be using that one. I'm going to keep it all, or most of it, together because it is usable, you know, if all else fails. But I've got a plan B. I've just been skip dipping, and I've found this lump of aluminium in the skip. I think may have started life probably from where I got it, something to do with aviation at some point. But yeah, it was in the metal skip, so I've got it. And I think there's potential to make some sort of groovy chain guard out of that. I was just looking for a bit of angle aluminium, you know, just to do something else with it, but this seems to fit the bill, and it's completely free. So we'll have a look at this up against the bike, and then start seeing what we can do with it. So here's a really horrible one, which it just looks really badly done. I think the only thing I'm actually happy with is probably the 3 holes at the back here and the overall shape. The holes on the top and these here just didn't work. I don't like this area here. I needed to put some detail in there really. It's just not happening. But I mean, considering I didn't take the chain guard with me, I just went skip dipping. That's not a bad kind of fit for what I could use. I mean, it's almost, in fact it is the same length as that, and yeah, I think offers up some serious potential. I think what needs to be done is to have it cut in half. That's going to be a bit of a pain because I haven't really got anything to definitely make sure it's going to be a straight cut. It's going to be my shaky old hand. But I think first thing I need to do is get rid of, there's inside here there's all sorts of riveted in bracketry that you know, was there for whatever it was originally used for. So I'm going to get rid of these and have a look at what I've got left, and start sketching out some ideas. So here's where we're at now. I've just chopped the lip off the bottom, removed all the bracketry, and then cut the whole thing in half. And I've kind of rounded off really the sharp ends. But yeah, not bad I think for a hand cut. That's pretty damn straight. So we have the rough outline of the chain guard, and now it's just a case of trying to work out if I'm going to utilise the old brackets to mount it exactly where. See, I quite like it there, so I could probably use the rear mounting bracket there, but I might have to do something slightly different for the front there. But that seems to fit quite nicely. So right, back to the drawing board, a little bit of chin scratching. And one more final cut now, well not final, but another cut today, just flatten it off underneath there. So just giving it a quick rub over with some wet and dry really quick, just to kind of clean some of the crap off it. But pretty chuffed with that. Obviously I think, you know, all this is going to be shaped and changed, but I need to work out exactly where I'm going to mount it now. So let's just offer it up to the bike and have a look. Okay then, so I think it's going to sit, probably going to sit about there, I think, because that ties in that end bit, which I quite like, with where the chain swings down. So it's going to finish shorter, which I quite like here. I'll be able to, I'll have to mount up some bracket to about that much to allow for a bit of chain flap. About there. So another bracket perhaps will need to be fabricated for that, and then some way of attaching it here, either to that point or not, and then work out sort of sculpting wise where I like that to kind of cut and sit. I'm still in two minds. I mean, I might keep this bend down at the back there. You can see it, that bit there. I do quite like that. But then again, I might go for a straight edge off the back there. I don't know. But I think that's it for this video. Running out of time. I've got to wrap it up now. Go and get this uploaded. So it's been about 5 days since the last video, so I'll put this one up as an in-betweener. Still trying to work out the jet sizes, doing as much research as I can, and trying to find somewhere where I can get a handful of main jets and pilot jets. So that is coming. Yeah, a little bit of a diversion on not really what I was planning on doing this week in the shed, but yeah, I think in some ways maybe it's going to work out alright, because you're going to again end up with something that's, you know, although the other one would have been modified, this is completely custom, if you like. I mean, it's not much, is it, but it'll be a little bit different, and if it looks cool enough, you know, it might stay on. So there we go. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.